Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to MMORPG Tycoon 2. So, let's do an upgrade first. Let's get that out of the way first. There we go. So let's get some more fluff. Last episode we tried to nerf and buff a few classes as well as make some new NPCs. And in this episode we are going to work on getting a new area out. And I've been thinking about getting a theme. And to be honest, I think I got something. So let's set the region level to level 6. And do you want 6 and 7? Yeah, let's do 6 and 7. Because why not? There we go. So what I kind of am thinking, since this is a desert again, I don't want to do the same as this, obviously, because that would be boring. I think we are going with an industry type of look. So if we go to buildings and then modular, and then we can pick this one, I think this building style should be pretty cool to do. So let's try to work on that. So obviously we need to find a way in. Now we could obviously just do it with a mountain pass as we always did, but I figured it might be a fun idea to do just a flight path from just a single area maybe. So maybe this path, then get a flight path into there. As well as maybe use a Zeppelin or hot air balloon. But I think that we should keep those to travel to faraway islands. And I think we should just go for a flight path. So let's do that. So let's place that over here. And just get that over just to there. There we go. So that's the only way to enter that area, which is pretty good. So let's get a path in. There we go. And then let's take a look at how we want to rasterize this. Because it's more of a rectangular area than anything else. And we really haven't had that before. So it's definitely going to be quite interesting to get that going. So let's do it like that. I think that's pretty good. And maybe then do it like, oh, I don't know. Make use of this since that's already there. Make use of that. Let's go in between those things. In between that. I think that's pretty okay. And then we'll leave this open just to keep that for now. I think we should build a town here. So maybe we want to branch off maybe like that. And maybe branch off like that. And then finally branch off like that. There we go. So we could build some buildings here. We could always pull the path a little bit away. We don't want to make it as large as this one, obviously, because that would just be weird. But let's get up our essentials. So obviously we would want a respawn point. The corrupted is okay, but I think we are going for this one, the overgrown one. Actually, no. Spooky, corrupted, arid. Let's go for this one, because why not? And let's place that, let's just say there, just to get that out. And we also, oh wait, that's actually a starting point. We don't want that. Let's remove that. We want a respawn point. Let's go for corrupted is weird. Warlike doesn't fit. Sylvarian, spooky. Let's go for elegant. There we go. And then we don't really need a landmark, but we do need an inn. So let's get that in. And maybe we should go for... Let's go for the corrupted one. Why not? There we go. So those are now set up. Then obviously first we need to get our power in. So let's get an uplink. And I think we should actually get 2 uplinks in. Then we don't want a wide area network, but we do want a capacitor. And let's place that in the middle, connect those up. So those two feed their power into him. Then we want a fiber cable, and we want the fiber cable to run to the capacitor, as well as get another fiber cable in to that capacitor. There we go. That's pretty good. So now there's 2 connections incoming, which is pretty alright, I'd say. And then in terms of our regular power, do we want anything else? I don't think we need that much. So let's... actually, that's not really what I wanted, but it's okay. There we go. Let's get that in there. Right, so now we have that set up. Then we just want to run a regular cable in like so. That's gonna cross itself, so can we connect it up like that? I think that's pretty good. Then maybe let's go from the capacitor to there, and then this is going to be maybe like so. That's pretty good. And then we kind of want to get a double connection like so. I think that's alright. Will everything be connected up? I think they are now fine. Maybe it is a good idea to get another fiber cable in from here. Pipe type cannot cross region boundary, so that's unfortunate. We cannot go over the water, that's the problem. But anyways, now that we have power everywhere, I think that is a pretty decent start. Now obviously we don't want to get too many players in here, so yeah, there's really nothing I can do. If they come in, then they come in, I suppose. And let's work on some infrastructure. So let's go for some modular buildings. Let's randomly just buy a couple. There we go, and then we don't really want to adjust them right now. We just want to place them as we see them, as we see fit. Because placing them too obvious will just be meh. So maybe like that, maybe like that one, then there. And then we can just place that guy just back here, like so. Should we get a path in first? Yeah, I think we should. Let's do it like that. Single path is fine. That will make it a little bit more obvious as well in terms of how to place our buildings. So let's rotate a little bit. There we go. And then there we go. And then this one can sit maybe on the edge here. Well, not on the edge. Let's place that in the middle, like so. I think that's better, because it looks like a kind of a tower. And then we can just place these guys in here. And then we can get a second tower in, like somewhere here. I think that's pretty fine. Now, in terms of fences, we don't want to wall it off like we did with most villages the past couple episodes. I think we're going for a little bit different this time. Here, and then this one, and then don't want to add an entrance. Instead, I want to remove the block, raise the block. There we go. And then place that on the edge. Maybe there we go. There we go. Then in terms of paths, let's take a look at our walls. Like I said, we don't want to wall everything off, so maybe just some basic defenses. Actually, no, let's just do it like that. And then maybe do it like so. There we go. That's basically our building area. Can we then get a path in? That's obviously going to be very important. Yes, we can. And then maybe curve that around like so. And maybe pull that out like so. There we go. We won an award. We got the best quests, which is pretty great. I'm happy with that. That's only a sign that we're doing a good job. Now, I did think, but I have to verify that. I think that we don't... Whoa. Look at that. Oh my god, all those groups. No, I think that we don't have that many quest givers here, but I think just enough to get the area sorted. And if I recall correctly, because that's kind of important if we take a look just at the region itself. There we go. Content, we should have, if we go all the way down, NPCs, quest giver. There are no trainers in here, and that's what I was looking for. So we are going to place those quickly because, well, if we don't have a trainer in this area, that's just gonna be weird. So let's go for this guy, place, and place. There we go. And obviously we need to get these trainers in here as well, since we don't really have that sorted yet. So maybe place that guy over there. And place the Treyant in the wooded area. And then what we could do is maybe... Is there a trainer here? Yeah, there are several, but this town is kind of underwhelming in terms of usage. So what we'll do is we'll place you there. And the wizard can go maybe at the docks. So maybe like that. There we go. I think that's pretty good. So now that's all sorted. Actually, do we need them in this area as well? Yes, we do. We have most of our trainers are in here. So... we should place him there and maybe place the other dude there. Just those two are connected a little bit. And there we go. That's all finished now. So that's all pretty good. Now let's continue working on this. So obviously we want a tavern. And the spooky one is not going to fit. Elegant is not going to fit. Warlike could be, but it's just gonna be weird. So let's go for this one, see what that looks like. Not gonna fit. I think the corrupted one is one of the best ones that we actually have. So let's get a tavern in there. Let's get a tavern in here. Is that a player? It is actually a player. Oh nice, he's fast. And maybe get another one in here. And we then want some inns, obviously. Get that in there, and maybe here. And we want a fourth one, because, well, this area is going to be pretty large. There we go, more players. Excellent. In terms of scenery, do we have stuff with cogs and stuff like that? I don't think so, which is going to be making this area quite hard to fill up. We could go for a bookcase, one or two maybe. Like that, and maybe place that like that. Obviously we need to get a signpost in, signpost in, signpost, and signpost. There we go. That's pretty good. Then we want some cards just spread about in the town. We obviously would love to do for them to make this look like a research station where they're doing research into, for example, maybe downscale a little bit. We want them to do some research in regards to technology. Like, for example, if we go to paths and then maybe go to the Zeppelin, if we can place that. And what's the hot air balloon like? It's basically the same, so let's place that there. And I don't want to make it active, it's just that I want them to do some research into it. And then in terms of scenery, let's see, well these are all plants, so that's of no use. Those are flowers, which are of no use. The rocks, I mean, sure, but it seems odd, like this, I still don't know what this is supposed to be like. But it might go pretty well against the building, if we do it like that, maybe. Yeah, actually that works pretty well. That works pretty well. Some kind of crystal where they get their energy from. That seems like a pretty decent idea. In terms of tents, I don't think that's really fitting with the theme that we're going for, and so we'll probably need a little bit more modular buildings, but not too much. I think that's more than enough. Let's get those placed in, just spread out a bit. We don't want to flood them like it's a large town, but we do want to make sure that some of the gaps are filled up quite nicely. There we go, and then maybe this guy can go over there, like that. And then this guy, I don't know, this is all clogged up, this is all clogged up. Maybe get him, get him over there, there we go. Nice. Right, so that's now pretty much settled. Obviously the wall doesn't really fit. But I don't really see another wall which we can use. Yeah, maybe this one can actually. I think that's even better. So let's get that spooky wall in. Let's do it like this. And then where is it? This one. And maybe do it like so. Get that in like that. Maybe just a few more like so. That's a path. Obviously that won't work. And then what we could do is maybe like so, and like so, to get a bit of a division in the city. Let's see, barrels obviously, but we use them a lot, so I kind of want to change it up a bit. These things could be very nice, but that's going to require a lot of placement, obviously. So we want to change that. Oh wait, now it's actually on its back. That's not something we want. So let's place those like that. Come on, I figured I placed you. Just get a couple in, you know, not too many, because we don't want to flood it. But just enough to make sure that the streets are having a little bit of light. There we go. And then maybe on this side of the road, there we go. Maybe at the, I think this side is then better. Like that, like that, like that. Pretty good. I like that. That's very, very nice. Then maybe some braziers left and right. Obviously, they are the most developed region that we have, but a brazier is always pretty good. And what we can then maybe do is, because this area, I don't really know what I want to do with it. I mean, we could place rocks, but that's boring, right? Food storage, yeah, could work. I mean, they do need some food, right? All our towns have food, so why not this one? Especially one in the desert. Place it like that, there we go. Maybe fill it up like so. And this one, no, that's too much. So let's leave that. And then obviously what we do need are wells, which is in buildings. And we want some decent wells, which are sophisticated. This one is just not gonna fit. That's pretty good. So this one or this one. We can maybe get several of them in. So let's place you there, and let's place you, I don't know, there. And then let's get a bigger well in, maybe upscale that a bit to there. And get like, there's a curvature in. So let's, whoa, that's not good. So let's place that. It's kind of curved, but it's fine. It'll work. Do we want some benches in the town? Yes, why not? Let's place that like that, like that, like that, like that, and then like that. And do we want a table, or do we want anything else? Target practice ain't no good. Cannon is no good. Actually, the cannons could work on the outside of town. That's something we'll place in a minute. But I'm looking for something in the center, obviously. Nothing there really that we can use. Still don't have any shops in town, so that's something we'll have to worry about in a bit. Maybe like so? Yeah, I think that's okay. In terms of buildings, and then we have cannons. Do we have multiple cannons or just single ones? I think it's just single ones. So let's do it like so. Maybe place a cannon like so. There we go, there we go. And then maybe get the cannon in like there. There we go. And obviously we want several cannons in here, just to make sure that once enemies come, they know that something is going on. That's pretty good, I think. I like the cactus. We'll definitely leave that. And then in terms of buildings, let's get some shops in. We want the... let's get the warlike. No, actually no, that's a little bit... The elegant one. If we rotate that, will that fit? It's kind of hard to fit it, because the town is pretty much full. So we'll place that like here. Then we have a potion shop. That could maybe go over there. Where's the entrance? On that side, so that's fine. So let's place that guy over there. And then we have the market stall. I'll go for this one. And maybe get that in here. It's kind of weird, but it would work if we were to get, for example, 2 in. So let's assume we say we'll do it like you and do it like that. And then it says entrance blocked. And why is your entrance blocked? If we rotate you around, that's much better. Much better. We should then obviously also rotate you around so you guys are on the same side. There we go. Pretty good. And then what we could do in terms of scenery is get some boxes in here. We don't want to place you on objects. There we go. And some bigger boxes, obviously. Maybe some of these barrels could work. But then obviously we would also want... Actually, no, let's just leave it at that. Maybe do it like so. There we go. Like a nice little market place just in the middle. But yeah, it's not really able to connect, but that is fine, really. Do want to fill this side up a little bit more. So let's get some barrels in, because why not? And some boxes. That one is actually on top of. So we should remove this one. There we go. And I think that's pretty nice. So that's the starter town basically set up. Obviously there's a lot more we could do in terms of trees and stuff like that. And then specifically maybe a cacti or 2. So let's place that, not place that on objects, and maybe get that in here like so. Just spread them around a little bit. Don't want to be too careful with these. The more you spread them around, the better it basically looks. Instead of like creating fixed areas. What is that? That is a mega tree. Which could actually... Will that fit? Maybe one of them? If we go to maybe... Let's go for... No, that's too much. With 0.3. 0.3 is going to be tight to fit in, but I think we can do it. So let's place that and let's take a look. That actually works. Barely, but it works. Nice. Okay, cool. So then the market's also a little bit covered now. That's pretty fine. And we get another upgrade. So let's go 17 hugs, which is obviously very important. But I think that's the start of the town reasonably designed. What we then want to do, obviously, is... this is a quest giver. I want some defenders in first. Let's go for a guard. Because they will give knowledge to the player, which is very important. Get a card in here as well. And then we might want to work with some bards. And the duelist, which obviously is still going to get a name change. But look at that. The size of this NPC is ginormous. Then obviously we need to get our trainers in, so let's randomly place those around the town. Let's get the warrior in here, and then the wizards could go near the potion shop, and then the Treyons could go near the travel location, and then all there is left to do basically is make sure that we have some quest givers. But I'm not really... we don't have any quests to do at this moment, since there's no NPCs and or landmarks. Now we could work on a landmark. I mean, I think that's pretty cool to end off the episode with. So let's go here and let's take a look. Corrupted, watchtower, clock tower, lighthouse. Let's go for the corrupted one and see how that works. I mean, it could work, but I kind of want to get it in town then. If we can get it to fit, I'm willing to build it, but I don't want to destroy anything. Probably won't work because these guys are in the way, so let's remove those and see if we can fit it in here. We had the corrupted one, right? Maybe rotate a little bit. Oh, wait, I saw it fit. Come on. There we go. Look at that. Nice, so now we also have a landmark in town, which is pretty good. Then what we want to do is spread around some landmarks left and right. So let's place you there. Let's place you here. Let's get the watchtower in here on the edge, can we? No, we can't. Maybe if we rotate a little bit, but it's gonna be hard if we don't want to remove that thing, and I kind of want to keep it. So let's do it like that then. There we go. So those are now all set up, and well, I think that's a decent start of this area. Everything is set up in terms of NPCs, which is pretty good. We're still making money. We're still getting more subscribers, I think. If you take a look at our reports, everything is pretty okay. Obviously, the inn situation is bad, but there's really nothing I can do about that, except place a lot of inns. But I don't want to overdo it so much that it becomes like in designer Tycoon. Yeah, that's not what this game is about, I think. But it's one of the problems that definitely arises in the game. And I think that problem will only become bigger once we start working on our levels 1, 2, and 3 areas again. But that's for a later stage, obviously. So between episodes, I'm probably going to design this area a little bit, see what props I can find in order to make it, give it an industrial town look. But hopefully you did enjoy this episode. If you did, then a like would be greatly appreciated. And until then, hopefully I can see you in the next episode.